Hey, what's up guys? I'm Theo Joe, and as usual, a lot of cool stuff happened in the tech world this week. So I'm gonna go over what I think are the best things to talk about, most interesting. And we can just start right off with Windows 10. The Microsoft Build Conference announced a major update for Windows 10 that's gonna be coming out in the fall. Before they said there would be 2 updates a year. We had the Creators Update, and now they were talking about the new one already. And it's going to have a lot of interesting new features, such as a remix video feature that will automatically make custom videos, another one involving a timeline that will show you a history of everything you've done on the computer so you can keep track and go back and finish where you left off and that sort of thing. And I'm actually going to make another video. My next video will be going a lot more into detail about that because it's really a whole video's worth. So if you want to hear more about that, be sure to subscribe and check out my next video that comes out, and I'll go way more into detail about all the new features in the next Windows 10 update. The next thing that happened was Amazon released yet another Echo device. So it's called the Echo Show. This time it has a screen. So we now have how many Echo devices? There's the Amazon Echo Regular, the Dot, the Tap, the Look that they announced, and now the Show. I mean, they really are taking this seriously. And they listed off a few different reasons why you might want to have a screen on the Echo device. You can watch a video version of your flash briefing. You can have it show you videos just by saying it to bring it up. You can do voice or video chats rather with other people, although I don't really know what devices are supported, whether you need the app obviously on your phone or if you need another Echo Show to be able to chat. I don't know about that. And of course it's going to have all the same functionality as the other Echo devices, like smart home control, bringing up the weather, that sort of thing, except it just has a screen. And it does have a camera, which might be a privacy concern for some people, but I'll probably just put a piece of tape over it or something like that because I don't really imagine myself doing any video calls on it. And I don't know, maybe I'm paranoid, but I just like to have my privacy. Speaking of privacy, the next story has to do with HP accidentally releasing a keylogger along with their drivers. So it's not something malicious, it's just something stupid that they did. It was for audio drivers, and apparently it had some feature built in that was supposed to detect when you were pressing a certain key, and that would activate some feature. But the way they implemented it, it basically was keeping track of every key you pressed and processed all of them. And not only that, it kept a log of all the keys you pressed in a mic tray log file. Even though the file would have deleted itself every time you sign out of the computer, it's still obviously a huge computer risk and kind of weird that it's literally keeping track of everything you type in on the whole computer and putting it into a file. I mean, imagine if a hacker got into your computer, or even someone walking by and knew about this, plugged in a USB drive, copied everything you did that day, or if you have a backup going and it backs up that file and then everything you did keeps getting backed up. Kind of weird. They said it was a mistake and they didn't really mean to release it like this. I don't know, I guess you can take their word for it. But either way, if you do have HP audio drivers, be sure to update that so you don't have this thing keeping track of everything you type from now on. Moving on, Samsung now says that they're going to be shipping all S8 phones with McAfee antivirus on it. Now, I'm a big fan of antivirus on your computer, but I think honestly on a phone, it's a little bit unnecessary as long as you keep it up to date. And especially with something like McAfee, where people always seem to say that it just kills your battery, and in fact, it wants you to disable battery optimization with it. I think most people are not going to get a benefit out of this. It's just going to be bloatware that's using up system resources all the time, scanning your phone for viruses. Phones these days are specifically made locked down. Unless you root your phone, you don't really have access to a lot of the system level permissions. So if a virus got in, it wouldn't even be able to do that much. So, I mean, it's not a terrible idea to have a virus scanner on it that maybe you run every once in a while manually, but I think having one that runs automatically in the background is not going to be very beneficial. Next up, if the Amazon Echo Show was not enough, we have yet another smart home device, guys, the Cortana speaker. Turns out Harman Kardon and HP are both making Cortana speakers. So now, oh my gosh, this is getting ridiculous. How many different smart speakers do we have? We have the Echo, We have the Google Home, Siri, Apple's making one, now it's Microsoft. This is just getting insane. I don't think they're all going to survive. I mean, Amazon is really pushing theirs, so it'll probably last a while. Google Home, if they can implement a lot of the features, it does have pretty good AI, so I think that'll last a while. But the Cortana, I mean, I don't see a lot of people using that. And it really just does all the same stuff. It's like, oh, it plays music. Oh, it'll tell you when you have a calendar, yada, yada, yada. It's not anything different than any of the other devices. So I don't see this being very popular, but what do I know? I guess we'll have to see. Moving on, Apple has bought a new company. It's called Bedit, and they basically make sleep tracking devices and software. It connects with an app. So there's a lot of speculation that this is going to be used with the Apple Watch. They've been selling this hardware in the Apple stores for a while, and I guess they just decided to buy it, hopefully to use the technology in some of their devices. It might not even be the Apple Watch, maybe in future iPhones as well. If they do add it to the Apple Watch, then it'll be desperately needed, because I've been saying for a while, I think the Apple Watch is not that great. It's not very useful. The battery doesn't last very long. It's going to be obsolete in like a year after you buy it. I don't think the Apple Watch or smartwatches in general are very useful until the battery life increases significantly, so I guess the more features they can get into it, the better. Now we have another quick story. For those of you who use Amazon, they've lowered the threshold for free shipping from $35 to $25 for non-Prime orders. So if you order a lot on Amazon and you're not Prime, then now you probably will have to pay for shipping less often. And apparently they're doing this to compete with other big box stores like Target or Walmart, because they are starting to offer free shipping above $35. So now they want to undercut them. So I don't know, I guess it's good for consumers. Coming near the end, we have another small news story about Snapchat. It's a small change, but actually could be kind of a big deal. Snapchat made an update that now lets you do unlimited timed snaps. So you know how before the whole point was if you send a Snapchat, then it only lasts 10 seconds, goes away forever, kind of added some suspense to it, I guess. And now you can send it for as long as you want if you choose to. You can still do timed. And I guess this might be useful in some situations where if you want to send someone like information that they have to copy down and not have to worry about doing it quickly. But I guess at that point, why wouldn't you just send a text message or a picture? So I don't know, kind of a minor story. You guys might be interested in that. Finally, I saw something really cool that NVIDIA did at the GPU Technology Conference, where they created a multi-person virtual reality experience. They basically made a monster of a machine with 4 P6000 Quadro cards, which cost about $5,000 each, by the way. And then using that, they created 4 virtual machines with the Vive, the HTC Vive, and this allows multiple people to be in the same virtual reality experience. So you can like interact with people simultaneously in real life and in virtual reality. I think this could be super cool in the future, and it's just moving towards the point where we're just gonna be in virtual reality all the time. Screw the real world, we don't need that, just stay in virtual reality, it's way cooler. So that's it. Let us know what you think down in the comment section. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you want to keep watching, I'll put some other videos right here you can click on, including that Windows 10 detailed review about the new update, if that's out by the time you're watching this. If you want to subscribe, I make new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, so it should be worth it. And as usual, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.